Guys, I'm Matt Lindbergh here at the practice station with Pearson. Today we're looking at some Trackman numbers to kind of get an idea of what the machine does and how accurate it really is. So one thing to keep in mind, especially when you're playing in the simulator league, is each course that you're going to play is going to be at different elevations. You're going to find a course like Pebble Beach that's right on the ocean to be at a different altitude than some other golf courses out there, even what you're going to find when you go out and play golf in New Berlin, Wisconsin. So on our shot analysis, we actually set up range to be just like you're playing in New Berlin. So if you see the altitude number here at 922 feet, that's going to be typically what we're at here in Wisconsin to give you the best picture when you're on the driving range. But to get the most real-life experience on the golf course, you're going to experience different altitudes. So let's go to a couple different golf courses and hit some shots and just see how that altitude number really affects your driving distance.
That was good.
All right, guys, so now we've got set up on Trackman. We are at Sea Island Seaside in Georgia. Elevation is sea level at this golf course. So kind of as we were seeing, Pearson typically carries his driver about 300 yards in Wisconsin. Let's see what the carry looks like on this golf course right at sea level. All right, guys, so now we're going from Seaside Golf Club to a golf course in Mexico City. Altitude of this golf course is nearly 8,000 feet, so quite a bit of difference. Let's see what the difference is in the carry numbers and total distance numbers. Trackman's taking into consideration where you are, so it's taking into consideration altitude. It's also going to take into consideration uphill, downhill, just like as you play golf normally. It's also going to take wind into consideration as well. So these are all variables when you're playing a golf course that are going to affect your distances. And really good for practice, but important to understand when you play. All right, guys, so to recap, a couple things in this test I think are valuable to see. As you could see at the high elevated course in Mexico City, Pearson's carry really jumped up to 360, 362. We saw a couple of those big carry numbers. And at sea level, you could see the carry right around that 300 number, 297, 300. So there's definitely a difference when it comes to that altitude change, something to keep in consideration. And I know a lot of you are going to ask, okay, why are we using such a good player to do the test? Well, I think it makes perfect sense because his swing is going to be very repeatable. So in order to show you the best piece of data with using a human, we're going to use the best player that we can possibly find to do this type of test.